So back to the murder at hand. The biggest thing that this show basically talks about is the murder of Annalise Keating's husband and who did the murder, who hid the body, and also the murder of Lila Stangard. So let me give you a little background information. Get it? Background? Okay, maybe not. So, a little background information is that Lila Stangard was a Caucasian student at the university, and she was also a sorority girl. And she had feelings and had sexual relations with Miss Keating's husband, who is Sam Keating, so Professor Keating. She also was one of his students. And Lila ends up being missing over a whole summer. So it's time for school to start back, and people are still wondering what exactly happened to Lila Stangard. And it turns out a few weeks later, they found out not only was Lila dead, but she was found in a water tower right next to her Greek house. Exactly. So as this mystery goes on, friends are shaken up. Lila's family is shaken up. Lila's sorority sisters are shaken up. But most importantly, Annalise Keating is shaken up. And I wonder why. So, Miss Keating actually has a boyfriend on the side by the name of Nate. And Nate is also a policeman. He's an officer and he's also a detective. So Nate's looking into the Lila Stangard's case. So he brings to Annalise's attention that there were some things going on with Lila. Her phone had been found, and they found this picture of a man's yoo-hoo. And of course, whose yoo-hoo and whose body was that? Annalise knew right off the bat it was her husband. So now it's time to go into super deep thought and figure out what has happened, what exactly is going on. So Annalise takes this information and she goes home. Within a few episodes, she lets Sam make it, but finally she asks him, what was going on between you and Lila Stangard? And of course, like most husbands, they might lie. And he told Annalise that there was nothing going on. He doesn't know her. She was just a student and she went missing. You know, he really doesn't know anything about that. He can't really tell her anything about that. So Annalise lets it go. A couple of days later, after Annalise checks his phone a few times as he gets in the shower, she comes to find out they've shared emails. She's went to places to see where his car has been. So of course she finds out that they had been having relations. So then that brings Annalise, the defense attorney, to her feet and decides to investigate her own husband. Now, I'm not married or anything, but whenever I decide to get married, I don't think I'm going to be questioning my husband. I think he's just going to be out the door. Out the door. No questioning here. Because your husband was having an affair with a dead girl. Okay, moving on. So as Annalise brings this to her assistant's knowledge, Bonnie and Frank, they really try to stay out of Annalise's personal life, so they don't try to get into what's going on or what she's talking about or anything, because once again, it's kind of not their business. But it's time for the investigation to start. Ooh, it's getting juicy.